Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest wrestling podcast ever. I am your host, as always, Adani. Joined with me today are the greatest co-hosts ever, Manosk and Bodacious. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
AKA the GOAT.
And today is Thursday, October 21st, which we had Crown Jewel this afternoon. So
y'all want to start with what you thought about Crown Jewel, or do you want to do the major headline for today first?
We could do the major headline for the day first.
Nah, go ahead and do Crown Jewel. That's fresh in your mind. You just saw the Crown Jewel. Okay, let me talk about Crown Jewel for a second.
All right,
what's wrong with people where they have to post spoilers on their Facebook pages congratulating a winner who's not even on their friends list? So like, congratulations so for winning this match. Like, why would you do that? Besides spoiling it for people, I went all day trying to avoid social media and not see any spoilers. And I made like the last hour before I could actually watch the thing. Someone wanted me to accept their friend request on Facebook, and I completely forgot that I was avoiding social media. I go on there and then bam, spoiler. Like, son of a.
I tried it so good, and I had to delete a couple of messages to just explain how I was feeling during the thing without giving away spoilers. And I had to delete a couple, but watching it live, I didn't plan on watching it, but it had a big, I'm gonna call it Big Five feel.
Here's what do you feel should be the rule for spoilers, revealing stuff for something that's broadcast early in the day, like the G1 climax in the New Japan, and like this Crown Jewel, when it's like in an odd hour in the day when people are at work? Should you be able to post the results live, or should you have to wait till prime time?
I think you have to give it the half of what you would for a movie premiere. If at the premiere of the movie you're not going to post a spoiler until at least after the first weekend, or sometimes the weekend after that, in wrestling, I think give it until the following Monday before you post something.
I don't know about that. I would like, me personally, I would say after prime time of that same evening, because most people, if it's available when they get home, then they have until normal wrestling time to sit down and watch it.
I'm just trying to figure out why it had to be at noon. Like, why couldn't they just record it and then
it was
like.
Yeah, I know probably because they didn't want people to post spoilers who were there, and it ends up online, and that would hurt the rating.
I mean, yeah. I don't know that would make a difference, since the majority of people watching it are at work anyway.
Well, because like when they film overseas, like in England and stuff, and in Europe, they pre-tape that to air primetime here, but people post all the results, and those normally get like the lowest rated Raw and SmackDown, because people already know what happens by the time it airs. So it does hurt the rating when they don't air it live.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that.
I remember Beast from the East, man. Mm-hmm. I watched that live.
No, that's good. That was.
I feel like that was part of Kofi Mania, really, because he got squashed by Brock that night, and that was a shame.
Yes, it was. What did y'all think of Crown Jewel overall?
I thought it was, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. I said it was. I mean, it felt like a WrestleMania. Like that's
okay. What are the top three things you loved about it, and the top three you hated about it?
We'll
start with you.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
top three things you loved.
Well, the
top three moments or whatever.
I mean, the top three things that I loved. I mean, I loved the women's triple threat match. That was phenomenal.
Me too.
I'm a Seth Rollins stan, so I mean, anything that Seth Rollins is in is going to be my up there. And
yeah.
And then obviously, even though I was wrong about this, my last favorite thing is is Xavier Woods winning King of the Ring. Like, I mean, those are. I mean, and for me, I only had two things that I hated about it, and obviously I hated the way the final match ended, and I hated how quick the women's crown, Queen's crown, the whole process apparently only took 20 minutes between, like, from start to finish. If you count how many minutes in each match of the Queen's Crown, the whole tournament took 20 minutes. So
those are two of the three things I did not like.
Yeah.
I want a
third thing.
Yeah, I want to toss in there the tag match was kind of forgettable. No offense to all the players involved, it should have been a good match, but it just wasn't. If anything, they should have swapped out the Usos and the Hurt Business at the beginning of the pre-show, or the middle of the pre-show. That was a better tag match. So, yeah. But really, I didn't really have much to do today, so I just watched it start to finish.
See, for me, I didn't hate the tag match, but I didn't love the tag match. But it was short enough, and it was what it was. But I agree with you. But the only other thing I would add to that hate, or not hate, but dislike, was the winner of the women's triple threat.
Oh! Actually, I do have one more thing I didn't like.
What's up?
Well, I want you to finish your thought though on why.
No, that was it. I would disagree with Becky winning it. I think they have a story going for whatever.
Yeah. I don't understand why Goldberg won.
Because the Prince loves Goldberg, and he's paying probably millions of dollars to get him there. And he's all about the legend,
fun and everything, but like.
Well, I mean, the storyline is what makes it believable that Goldberg could beat, in his prime Bobby Lashley, so to speak. Like, because, if you're, obviously, most of us are fathers, so, if your child is put in a danger, you do things that you wouldn't normally do. You wouldn't normally, things you could, extra human type stuff we can do when our children are in danger, so to speak. So I can understand, to a degree why, this would be a little bit more believable. But yeah, what you're saying, Manosk, makes perfect sense. I mean,
it's because the Saudi Prince is a huge fan of the Attitude Era, which is why he spends all that money to get all the legends to come down there. So if you have if Undertaker would have involved, Undertaker would have won too, and then whatever match they threw him in, he's just a huge fan of the legend.
That's why Undertaker introduced Pitbull the night before.
Okay, what's your opinion about Undertaker introducing Pitbull?
I just don't. If it was like, I agree with Renee Paquette. I don't know. I can't pronounce her last.
Right.
Huh?
I think Paquette is right.
All right, well, let's go with that. So Renee Paquette, formerly Young.
Moxley. Renee Moxley.
So you listen to Busted Open now?
But anyway, so she came out and said that it would probably have been more understanding if he introduced like Metallica or Megadeth.
For real. Mm-hmm. Like any kind of metal or rock band.
That's in character. But at this point, the mystique's kind of gone anyway, and I think younger fans do kind of agree that they would rather see him introduce anybody than not see him at all.
But at the same time, it wasn't like it was broadcast worldwide. It was for the Saudi crowd, so
yeah, I couldn't even.
Saudi crowd were the only ones to see him, and then so I don't think it really did anything to tarnish his legacy.
Yeah,
because it was there for them.
And I tried to find a clip. Wanted to see it.
I heard the audio clip, but yeah, I didn't see. I couldn't find any video clips of it.
Yeah.
All right. So did it live up to all the expectations, the whole crown jewel? I know two of us weren't even going to watch it, and then the hype got two of us to actually watch it along with Adam.
I mean, to me, it lived up to the hype. I think they made great decisions with even though I was disappointed in the overall tournament. I think the decisions to put Xavier Woods and Zelina Vega over was just phenomenal booking choices.
I called that one.
Like that was so, I didn't think they would, to be honest. Like I didn't think WWE had the gusto to put Xavier Woods over Finn Balor. So I mean it's
I felt like Xavier Wood deserved it, but yeah, when you hear all the rumors about Finn getting that big push, it was like,
Yeah.
Okay, here's the other thing. Great for Xavier, but at the same time, it sucks for Finn because he's kind of deserving of a push himself.
Well, see, that's what's going to obviously create, and same with Doudrop. I think both Finn and Doudrop are being positioned for big pushes, and that's why I think it's not going to hurt them to have lost. And I think that was what WWE had in mind because Doudrop just had a championship match against Charlotte, and actually performed rather well.
This goes back to WWE's 50-50 bookings. I mean, look at Zelina. Since she came back, she's been lost.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't start actually getting wins until this tournament. And it's like, okay, she's losing all the time now. All of a sudden, she's winning.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how they do it, though.
I know.
Because if they were beating everybody beforehand, and then all of a sudden they're the thing, and then now they have to beat everybody again, then you've already seen it.
Well, and also, I don't know if they plan on making Zelina Vega a face, but her losing all the time kind of makes her a face by default, like because people want to see her succeed because they know the talent's there. So
I don't think they're gonna make her a face. I kind of feel like they're doing the Queen heel and then the King face type deal. Since Xavier is a super baby face, it makes sense to let her be the heel queen and rub it in everyone's faces.
Go ahead.
I was raising the finger. Shoot, what was if you noticed during their entrances, Zelina and Xavier were both already taunting the fact that they were the king and queen.
That's true. That is true.
He caught the camera, and I was like, well, I know what's going on.
They said it wasn't a prediction. It was a spoiler. All right, let's shift gears to the other major news today on Renee Paquette. Renee Young.
Just say Moxley, Young. I mean, everybody knows who we're talking about.
On her podcast, Oral Sessions, they revealed the top 10 of the PWI top, 500 or 150, whatever. PWI's top 150 women. So I'm going to reveal to you who the top 10 are and get your opinion.
Okay.
Number 10, NXT, Raquel Gonzalez.
Okay.
Number 9, from Stardom, Tam Nakano. Number 8,
any relation?
Also, huh?
Any relation to Bull Nakano?
No clue. Number 8, also from NXT, Io Shirai.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number 7, also from Stardom, Syuri, Syuri.
Okay.
Am I pronouncing that right? Syuri?
I don't know.
Number 6, from WWE, the boss, Sasha Banks.
Okay.
Number 5, from AEW,
Really?
Thunder Rosa.
Okay.
Number 4, also from AEW, the Dr. Britt Baker.
Okay.
Number 3, from Impact Wrestling, Deonna Purrazzo. Number 2, from Stardom, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this name, Utami Hayashishita.
Okay.
And number 1 from WWE, Bianca Belair.
So WWE's got 4, Stardom's got 3, Impact's got 2, AEW's got 2,
Impact has one.
and Impact's got.
WWE has 2, AEW has 2, Impact has 1, Stardom has 3, and NXT has 2.
So yeah.
Or NXT, so WWE's got 4.
Yeah. If you include NXT, WWE has 4.
Yeah.
On their payroll.
Do y'all agree with that order?
I haven't seen enough of the people from Stardom, but it makes me want to watch their matches.
So overall, AEW had 15 women in the top 100.
See, that's what I'm more interested in, to be honest. I'm less interested in the top 10. I mean, Bianca Belair is. I mean, if you're looking at pure talent, absolutely, Bianca Belair's number 1.
Yep.
I mean, that's if you're looking at pure in the ring talent, Bianca Belair is significantly better than everybody else. Like, and
I agree with that. But the way it works is they measure the number of matches and the titles and everything from a set time period, from like July 1st of one year up to like June 30th of the next year. Mm-hmm. So it's whatever they did within that time period that gets measured. So that if that was the time period that Bianca Belair won at WrestleMania and was on a winning streak, then during that time period she probably had the best stats over everybody else on the list, which made her number 1.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's obviously a question too. What qualifies? Because again, it goes to me. It's if you're going by the full body of work and you're talking about specifically,
just that 1 year period.
1 year period. Yeah, I mean, because that's obviously you had Sasha that was out. You had the Sasha that was out for several months after WrestleMania, and you had Becky that was out for several months for having a baby. So it makes sense, and obviously Bayley has been out for months now also. So I mean, like, people who I would foresee being up there also have significant reasons why they wouldn't be up there.
From summer 2020 to this past summer, of who shined during that time period.
Right. And
it's in because those are, other than those Stardom people, is that what the name of it was? Stardom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stardom.
Other than the Stardom people, most of those are feel like big names at this point. And now you're inserting back in your Charlotte Flairs and your Beckys and your Sashas over on the east side. Like,
yes, next year is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, Charlotte took
it's
a
pretty
large
cool that they've built
time off also.
WWE's in the women's side, at least.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't really done a good job of building up stars other than Big E. And, they're trying to build up individual stars with New Day at this point, obviously, which is good, but they should have been doing that already.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, that's why they had the tag division. They had the tag division to build up tag teams, yes, in the mid-card, but then they had them also to split off to see who was going to be the better of the two and make them individual stars. I thought that was why they were building the tag team vision up again a couple of years ago, but then they just let most of those tag teams go. You were supposed to split them up and find out who was your star so that you could move them up, because they're already...
There's been a lot of rumblings about Street Profits possibly still getting split up, and seeing if what's his name, Montez Ford, can shine as most star.
What about where was Rhea Ripley on that list?
Not in the top 10.
Well, I know that, but I mean,
I'm going to actually order the magazine so I can see the actual results of everybody, and then I guess next week's episode we'll have the actual full list of everybody.
Okay, because I mean, Rhea Ripley had a really good year. I mean, I felt like she was pretty strong for most of the year.
Not this past year. I think the previous year she did.
Okay.
Previous year.
Yeah, this year was the fall of Ripley, it seems like.
conversation for it, for being really good, but I don't think she had a phenomenal year this year.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to order the magazine to get the full top 100.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
they have a digital edition.
I mean, we can have a we can have a separate show for that if we wanna. We can discuss it off camera.
Yeah, probably next two show. Focus one of them for the top men and the other for the top women, since we never really discussed the top men other than the people arguing about who number 1, number 2 were.
24.
Who's number 24?
Number 24 on what?
On the list.
On the females list? Or on the men's list?
Yeah. The female.
Again, I'm going to purchase the digital edition
Is it
when
Nikki
we're done with
Ash?
this and take a look.
Like, are you just...
Who is
Who
it?
is it?
Do you, I don't know. I was asking.
Oh, I don't know. Huh?
If I get out of the chat, it'll get me out of the camera. It's
Okay,
I
let me look.
don't
Y'all
want to
keep talking. PWI, women, 50. Full list. Okay, let's see. Keep talking amongst yourselves.
Well,
Just llama.
llama, yeah. How about what's your opinion on the change to the the change to the Hell in the Cell? I know we've had it for a while now, the red Hell in the Cell. Like, do you feel like it takes away from like having it being red, like of how menacing it is? Like,
No, this felt like the most organic Hell in a Cell match because there's been in a while. Like, I knew there was a need for it. He broke into the man's house. Like, he wanted to make sure that he could beat him. Beat his A. Yes.
Beat his A.
I can say ass. Well, he was gonna beat his ass. Right there in the middle of the ring, he was gonna guarantee it. And I liked the spots. I thought they were. When he threw him in the cage and he just dropped down through the table, like, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really awesome spot. I also really enjoyed the ingenuity in like how they used like some of the weapons. Like, that was clever. Like with the chained super kick. Like that's I don't think I've seen that before.
I almost feel like Seth Rollins might have been listening to our show because a certain somebody was talking a whole lot of smack about how he doesn't like him.
I still don't. I was so happy when Edge got that 1, 2, 3.
Jeez, Manosk, spoilers.
Hey, by the time this comes out, you better have seen it.
If not, the rematch is coming soon to a Survivor Series near you.
No, I don't. I think
Okay,
it's.
one
I
second,
think
I'm
it's
buying
over.
this issue real quick.
I don't think there'll be a rematch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think their feud is over. I think that's
the overall theme of the show was Father's Rule.
old people.
They might as well have the thing on Father's Day because Edge was defending his family's honor. Goldberg is defending his family's honor. The head of the table is defending his family's honor in a way.
Speaking of which, since this is basically a Fallout episode, where do you think? Obviously, tomorrow we get the new rosters. So where do you think? Do we think that Roman Reigns is going to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? I mean, not SummerSlam, but Survivor Series.
I think he'll face him probably 2 more times.
I don't know. I think he's gonna face Big E at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
so
for sure at Survivor Series. But I mean, I think he's gonna face him 2 more, culminating at WrestleMania.
Do you think Big E can afford to lose to Roman Reigns?
Yes, with interference.
Okay, because I
Yeah,
mean,
by
at
the
this point,
bloodline set up a.
It's going to be a dusty finish.
yeah, I mean, at this point, I think Big E still needs to have some. You know, do you think they give him some championship matches on, on Raw before?
Oh, you know what? You know what? McIntyre is going to interfere in that match. I can feel it like in my every fiber of my being. McIntyre is going to interfere in that match.
Didn't understand the point of having Big E versus McIntyre for tonight. I mean, if we know McIntyre is switching over to SmackDown starting tomorrow, there's no freaking way he was gonna win the title. Like, what was the point of that match? That should have been like on this past Monday, not tonight.
I mean, that's fair for sure. So,
Yeah.
But, I mean,
As for Big E, the big question is who's next.
Well, yeah, that's what we're getting at. Is that if
I just jinxed it.
Who
I
you
think
think
the Crown Prince likes McIntyre because he was in the group with 3MB with Mahal.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
McIntyre 3MB with Mahal and the Crown Prince.
Yeah.
He's an old time fan, so I mean.
Okay, I mean, I guess there's a connection there. I guess. But,
I guess.
Do we think that Big E, again, like I was going back to what I said, do we think Big E's going to, since his next feud is against Roman Reigns, so to speak, because of Survivor Series, do you think he has a couple championship matches on Raw before that match to try and build him up?
How many weeks away is Survivor Series?
I assume it's at least a month away, right?
A
It's
month?
normally the week before Thanksgiving, right?
I think it's 6 or 7 weeks.
Really?
No, it can't be that much because that's
No,
Thanksgiving.
WWE doesn't go that long between pay-per-views. It has to be like
Because
week 2 to
if
3
we're
weeks away.
because we're right now we're the 21st and Thanksgiving's the last Thursday, so at least should be like 4 or 5 weeks. So we're probably looking at 3 or 4 weeks at most.
It is Sunday, November 21st.
So it's exactly
3 days from today.
Yeah.
Who was number 24?
I don't know. I couldn't find it. I ordered the freaking magazine, the digital version, and then all I got is an email saying your order is being processed. Like, oh, okay.
Alright.
And then it says shipping to you. Like, I did not order the physical copy. I wanted the digital copy.
They're gonna ship you the code for the digital copy.
I guess I'm gonna go old school and have like a physical copy of the PWI magazine.
We keep
They're
getting
gonna
off topic.
They're gonna ship you a QR code for you to scan, for you to have it.
At first I was here like, I hope I ordered from the legit company. Like, what the freak is this?
Can somebody please tell me who Big E is gonna fight before he fights Roman Reigns?
Does it matter?
Well, I'm curious. Like,
He's not dropping the title to anybody before he faces Roman
well, I mean,
Reigns.
I believe that, but do you know who is the next contender on Raw?
Probably Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Okay. You think Finn
To
Balor?
lose
That means
again.
he'd have to lose, basically.
Again,
Yeah.
AJ SmackDown, right?
I don't know. I don't remember who's going where because they decided to do a draft and then not have it take place immediately.
Yeah, so I'm really confused at this point. But if AJ's on Raw, I could see him like having
I have a
Amos
list.
as his back.
Here. Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, who would be
Here
a
we go.
threatening contender for Big E?
All right,
Besides,
so Raw still has AJ Styles, Damian Priest, Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins, Edge, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, Edge.
I mean, who
That
screen
seems like the
great,
only people
like,
at the top.
entertaining feud.
Edge just beat Seth Rollins.
But he's a face. You need a heel for Big E though.
Yeah, I mean Bobby Lashley, but
We've already seen that like
Yeah.
too many times.
Karrion Kross is still on Raw.
And Lashley just lost to Goldberg, so why would he get another shot?
Who
right
else?
away?
I don't think they divided the locker room up that good.
Finn Balor.
They have to build up stars again.
Balor should have turned heel on Xavier Woods, and then he could be built up as a monster heel, but he didn't.
Well, here's the other question: who's the entertaining person to feud against Roman? Because Drew is not going to be a good entertaining feud for Roman.
Bloody hell!
I don't have SmackDown's roster in front of me. I only have Raw's roster.
I know it was exciting last year when Drew was a champion and then they faced off, but then once you take that title away,
I don't.
after he just lost tonight, it's like kind of knocked him down a couple of pegs where it's not going to be as exciting seeing him versus Roman.
Yeah, I don't see Roman. I mean, obviously Roman will probably have to defend the title in the next 2 months at some point because the next pay-per-view after Survivor Series isn't until January 1st. So
right.
So that's.
But they got rid of.
They got rid of TLC. Yeah, it's gone.
So the Royal Rumble is January 1st?
No, they're
Royal
doing,
Rumble in January.
Yeah, they're doing
that.
It's a 1 day only or something like that. It's called. Something like that.
Like first day or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, New Year's Day massacre or something.
Something.
Well, I mean, sure. Let's go with that.
A Johnny's birthday spectacular.
That's right. So Donnie's birthday spectacular. Everyone celebrates my birthday, except China, I think, because they have a different New Year's, right?
Isn't New Year's the day of mourning?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The saddest day of the year?
No. What are you talking about?
That the goods ever
I'm going to end this podcast right now. I'm about to cancel culture on Manosk right here.
Like when midnight strikes, babies everywhere weep.
All right. Well, we got just a couple more minutes. Y'all got anything else y'all want to, talk about? Any
what just happened?
Any burning desires?
No, I will have that PWI list for the women, and I'll try to get my hands on the men next week as well.
Sounds good.
We'll go through the list,
But
and we'll see.
You still there? There he is. There he is.
Here's what will be interesting: which organization, because it's not just the two organizations, had the most to make the top 150.
That's a good one. That's a good
WWE versus AEW versus Impact versus Stardom.
Well, I mean, I think in quantity, just in reference, I think quantity of talent with women, I think Impact has everybody beat when it comes to quantity.
Well, not so far. And look at the top 10. Impact had one person, where Stardom had several. They had the most in the top 10.
I would like to see the list for men and women of the top 150 of the people that WWE let go.
All right.
They're lost.
Okay. Well, a good episode, guys. Let's go ahead and close it out. We appreciate everybody stopping in for the night, and if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you number 24. If you
I'll
want to
find
see
your 24.
if you like the content and want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, please follow us on Twitter at Adani's Gamerspace and at The Greatest WRE1. Also on Facebook. This has been a great night, and this is Adani, Manosk, Bodacious, signing out. Y'all have an amazing week.
And 24.